How has Jordan Poole taken this next step in his progression? Jordan Poole is a third-year shooting guard that's currently on the Golden State Warriors. He had a rough rookie season and a somewhat uneventful sophomore year, but now he's starting to be the player that everyone was hoping he'd be when he got drafted. He's shown flashes of brilliance this season as a scorer and playmaker, which is why we're going to talk about what makes him so scary good right now.
Knotted at 32. Poole blows by Rivers. Got it!
The first reason that Poole is so good is that he's been able to step up right when his team needed it the most. The last 2.5 years with Klay Thompson injured and out of the lineup has had the Golden State Warriors searching for answers. They tried Kelly Oubre, but he didn't quite click. But this season, Poole is easily the answer.
The guy that Steve Kerr calls the adult in the room inside. Poole!
Throughout the first half of the season before Klay's return to the lineup, he was fitting seamlessly into the starting lineup.
From 3 last year, Poole the other way will trigger a deep one and got it. His third three-pointer of the first quarter for Jordan.
He dropped 30 points in a game against the Portland Trail Blazers early, and then another 28 2 games later against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Those bigs.
He wasn't just standing back and waiting for open shots either. He was consistently attacking the rim and was even a playmaker for his teammates out there too. Now let's dive a little deeper into all those categories, starting with his shooting ability and confidence as a player.
Set that screen for Jordan Poole, then Draymond a new screen, and Jordan hitting the three.
Throughout the first half of the season, Poole was averaging 18.3 points a game as the starting shooting guard. He was lighting up the net almost every night and firing shot after shot with tremendous confidence next to Steph Curry.
Porzingis missing the jumper there. It doesn't get easier. Jordan Poole.
However, this past month hasn't been so nice to him. He shot just 41.1% from the field and 25.9% from three-point range during the month of February, including an 0 for 7 shooting night in one particular game.
Poole gets it off and banks it in!
He's struggled as of late, but his confidence and shooting touch isn't completely gone. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr openly admitted that Poole was struggling with his shot, but that he's still having a wonderful year and that he's a huge reason for their success. The coach's confidence in his young shooting guard should be a good sign for all those fans out there who might be a little worried. Poole has an excellent jump shot and certainly isn't lacking any confidence by moving to the bench. He just has to get a little more comfortable with the players he's now playing with in the rotation, with teams focusing a lot more on him now that Curry isn't on the court at the same time.
No, and picked up by Iguodala. Out there with Otto Porter. Here's a three on the floor.
As a starter, Poole shoots the ball at a 34.9% clip from behind the arc. Solid numbers from the young guy. To prove his confidence, Poole has seen roughly 33% of his points get marked down as unassisted, which is approximately 8 full percentage points higher than his previous season. That's something that can only come with confidence.
Rebound, Moody went to fight for it, and all his effort got it to Poole. Jordan running with Payton. Jordan, what a reverse!
Now we move on to his passing ability. Passing and playmaking was always something that Poole has been somewhat underrated on so far in his NBA career. He really flashed some potential in his rookie season to create shots for his teammates, and now he's putting it all on full display even more.
Remarkable. I just knew he wasn't going to make the first three ball. I didn't say he wasn't going to make one three ball.
See, there you go.
First off, he's starting to understand double teams a lot better than he did in the past. When he starts to see a second defender flying over to him, he knows exactly where and when he has to pass the ball to keep the play alive and avoid getting trapped in place.
As soon as Spellman gets in the game, he's going to do something to turn your head.
Jordan Poole driving, drop it to pass, go!
He's also been growing in the area of making different passes from various vantage points within a single play. Golden State's offense features a lot of moving parts all the time, and it needs a guard with a high understanding of where his teammates are going to be. That's just a key factor in Poole's success on the floor. Even if his shot isn't falling, he understands the plays that they're running and can make almost every pass that you'd want from him by using his improved vision.
Opened up and gave him the lane to the basket. Bradley Beal's too smart. He's just going to split that. Bender.
There's even been a lot of comparisons to his style of play to Steph Curry, his mentor and teammate. Poole can also thank his solid handles for his improvement as a passer. Something a lot of people don't understand is that players oftentimes use their handling ability to manipulate passing lanes open for their teammates.
Warriors playing hard. Good cut. Down the middle of the Bender.
Poole understands that and is starting to do it more often than he did in the past. We've already gotten the privilege of seeing Poole shake a ton of defenders this season and put them on the opposite end of highlight plays.
4 blocks for Draymond Green to go with his 13 assists. And Jordan Poole.
His handles are very tight and compact, meaning he doesn't get stripped very frequently when performing any kind of dribble move.
Final minute of the second quarter. Haskell to the rim.
He uses his explosiveness and quickness out of size-ups and pick and rolls to keep his defenders on edge at all times as well. And there isn't a lot more you can say about Poole when talking about his handles. It's not like he's on Kyrie Irving's level or anything, but the improvement with the ball in his hands is clear and obvious.
Clock. Jordan Poole trying to get by House. Flurry moves.
Now, before we move on to this next reason that he's so good, be sure to take a minute and smash that subscribe button so you don't ever miss out on any of our videos again. Anyways, let's get right back into it. Let's move on to his off-ball scoring now. If you've ever watched Steph Curry play throughout the last 5 years, you'd know that he's constantly moving around the court on offense. The dude sometimes has possessions where he runs through like 5 screens without the ball in his hands to eventually break open. Poole is starting to follow that exact same trend, and it's been a joy to watch. He is thoroughly improving with the angles that he takes through off-ball screens, and he easily maneuvers around handoffs when he grabs the ball. It's almost like he can relocate anywhere on the court pretty easily with his balance and handling ability.
Cross court, Curry downhill. Poole with the pull-up from deep, and he's still up.
Even the stats back up the claim that his off-ball shooting has been stellar. For example, he's currently in the 75th percentile in the NBA when it comes to spot-up shooting. He's also in the 63rd percentile in the league when it comes to shooting off of screens. Finally, he's in the 69th percentile when it comes to shooting around handoffs.
Good at slashing. He's got some quickness and a good first step. Jordan Poole catches 2.
Throw in his effectiveness as a cutter too, and you've got yourself a terrific scorer who's always a threat to explode if you stop paying attention. Poole is in the 71st percentile in terms of scoring off of cuts to the basket, whether it's backdoor or from the top of the key.
Handle is really confident there as well.
Now, before we wrap up this video, we gotta talk about Poole's insane work ethic. The man doesn't ever give up, and he's constantly grinding to help himself get better. Klay Thompson was asked about the type of player that Poole is after a recent win over the Dallas Mavericks. He said, "What I love about him is during his rookie season and even his second year, when he would have a tough night shooting or he was struggling with his jump shot, I would see him in the gym after games getting up a ton of jump shots."
Show the composure he did tonight was just awesome. I mean, he's 22 years old. He's out there scoring 30.
When you see a player care that much and you see him care about his performance, that's what really impresses me. I'm not surprised by his growth because he's an extremely hard worker and he's only going to get better. The kid is only 22. He's going to be really good for a really long time. So I think it's safe to say that these kind words from Klay must have been incredible to hear from one of the greatest shooters in NBA history.
Poole wanted to shoot that 3. Drive, step back, 2-pointer.
Even Steve Kerr mentioned that Poole is always in the gym and trying to improve his overall game as a player. And Klay is right. The sky is really the limit for Poole in the NBA. In just his 3rd year, the shooting guard has shown flashes of being a top scorer in the league with very similar styles of play to Steph and even Klay for that matter.
First half has been so much fun.
Really?
It's a high level both ways. Oh my goodness. Jordan Poole step back 3.
A terrific work ethic is something that you always seem to see from the best players at their respective positions, and that's what Poole has. So what do you guys think? Is Poole going to continue to improve and break out of his recent slump? Or can he be the type of player that we're all hoping for him to be and become a perennial all-star? We'll just have to wait and find out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen now.